What's up guys, Killer here, welcome back to another game on the Gwenology account. This time we're up against Jax. Runes should be on screen now, and I can finally start posting videos like these again. For those that don't know, I had some major computer issues, and I was able to afford a couple new parts, and now we have no issues. We did have a mouse bug that only is visible to me. This game, I'll pop up a picture of my phone right now, but basically every time I hovered something this game, that black square would pop up, so it's messing with my eyes quite a bit. So if there's a little mispositioning on my part, it's because the mouse. But Jack's matchup, it's pretty annoying to learn once you start playing Gwen. But this matchup becomes much easier the more you play it, and the reason being is this. Every single Jax player will make this mistake of starting E, and all you need to do is take E yourself. There's so many Gwen players that just are autopiloted on taking Q, and this is one of two matchups where you would do it. Another one is potentially Camille, but Jax, it's mandatory to do this. And we are also running Bone Plating with Doron Shield and Ignite. This is a full defensive setup, so we allowed Jax to do this push on us. So now we just are much, much safer than him when we're hitting this wave, because he has to walk super far up. And the reason this wave state happened is because Jax used Counter-Strike on not just attempting to hit us, but he also hit it inside of our wave, which means that it automatically pushes into us and guarantees that we get to survive the first couple levels scot-free. Now, the way Jax counters this is not pressing his Counter-Strike in the wave, but what you can do is you can walk up and auto-attack him, and if he gets prompted to E, all you do is walk into your wave, because even if he stuns you at that point, the fact that he's also hitting your wave means that it's guaranteed to at least get to your tower by wave 3. And that's super, super important in this lane, because this matchup is super bad when you're first timing it. The more you play this matchup, the much easier it gets. But here we're level 4, so we're just setting up a slow push, because even if Jax comes back with like an item, full HP, full mana, it does not matter because our wave will be so massive. He could stun the entire thing, and then if he auto attacks us after all the minions are stunned, they re-aggro, we ignite, we win the fight. So our entire goal here is to just slow push this as slow as possible, and we're going to fast push this next wave, and we're going to have like 12 minions or so. Also, while we're just setting up a slow push, I want to thank you guys for 6,000 subs on YouTube and over 100 on Twitch. It might have gone down at this point because, you know, like Twitch Prime's like layover month to month. But it means a lot from each and every one of you that watch my videos or come by my streams. Alright, so here we're going to do a quick reset. Now, typically, rushing Nashers is what you should do in almost every matchup. But against Jax specifically, Steel Caps are super, super OP. And they're even stronger this game because we have a Master Yi jungle on the enemy team. Meaning that they get double value. They work against the Jax and they work against the Yi. And those are the two champions we're going to see most of this entire game. I also was considering a Darksteel, but getting to the Nashers is so important. We're already delaying ourselves by trying to get into the Steel Caps. This is another trick you can do. When Jax is prepping his E, you can Q and E away. Now, another way Jax can counter this is hold his Q. But if Jax uses his Q preemptively, or you use your W so he cannot jump on top of you, he cannot do either of those. Alright, 36 to 29 CS. And this is a losing matchup for a lot of the ranks. I don't know if there's a certain rank where it ends up shifting, but I've seen it on like Plat to Emerald Elo. Like Jax has like a 53 to 54% win rate in this isolated 1v1. But at this point, we are level 5, or sorry, we were are level 6, Jax is level 5, we have Ignite, we have ulti. There's nothing Jax can do anymore, and this is all because of the Counter-Strike level 1. All we did was bait him into using it, dashed away, and we win this lane scot-free. Now, one tip I forgot to mention is when you do the E for the Counter-Strike, you can actually angle it up and away instead of just straight away and get yourself in better position to land an auto attack on him. Again, the reason I wasn't trying to do it this game was because my mouse was super finicky on my POV, but on OBS it looks completely fine. I've since fixed the bug, and even at the end of this game, I end up going into my settings and find a fix for it. So you guys will see me have like my eureka moment. But yeah, right there. If I do like down in a way or up in a way, I can get a free auto attack after he presses Counter Strike. But here, Evelyn's gonna set up a beautiful gank, but we don't even need her here. We have that solo kill locked in. But I want to just give this kill to Evelyn. Now, the reason I want to do that is because we are already playing this laning phase really well. Like, this Jax cannot really play in the isolated 1v1 already. We don't need more gold to accelerate ourselves because we're already doing that. So it's more beneficial for our entire team that I donate this kill to Evelyn, get her accelerated, and then she can go one-shot the Fiddlestick. She can go tower dive the Caitlyn and ult out. Just giving your teammates resources, even though I love being a solo queue player and just playing super selfish, never group, always get the side lane tier 2s, there are some times in some champions where it's like if you give them a little bit of extra juice, they are going to accelerate the game and you just have to do nothing for the next 20 minutes. And as you guys will see, this Evelyn's KD can only go up from here.
An enemy has been slain.
Jax is going to pick up the Sheen, but we have steel caps, and just look how little damage she's really doing. Just look at that. There, I get a little panicky because I couldn't even see Jax because of the mouse hover thing. So I just placed all my wards, like, oh my god, why would I waste my control ward? I just spent 75 gold on that. That was supposed to be for the pixel bush, and now it's just chilling in the same bush that I just warded. But here, another slow push. I'm a little unsure of where Master Yi is, but I'm confident that with my ulti, I can just get away from him. I'm still just trying to, like, chill out. Because I don't need to risk it, but if it happens, that means that my team can get an invade on enemy bot side, or they can play bot lane a little bit more freely. You know, like when you see enemy jungle on one side of the map, that's basically your turn to be the aggressor in your lane. There again, dash away. Unfortunately, gonna miss the second set. It wouldn't have killed, it would have just been nice damage. And then here's a nice little trick you can do. Q, E away. You do take a tower shot, and there are certain times where you can time it. But here, real quick, we're going to get ganked. He's gonna ult in. His Alpha Strike is thankfully on cooldown. He tries hitting the pink ward that I placed to try to get the cooldown up a bit faster, but thankfully, it's just enough. But what I was talking about was you can time it to where if a tower shot is coming towards a minion, you can Q it while it's midair and then dash out before the tower can get its next shot off. Alright, here you're going to see why bone plating is so OP. It just came up. The very second he flashed forward, we had bone plating off CD. That 100% saved us there. But yeah, This little defensive setup is really, really good into Jax. Unfortunately, he's going to double back towards the top lane. Thankfully, he will end up burning his flash, though, so that's a dub for our team as a whole. My Ashe doesn't need to worry about it. My Eve, my Zoe, my Leona. None of them for the next 5 minutes need to worry about a flashing Master Yi. Gwen did get nerfed to this patch, and I talked about it a little bit in a previous video. But basically, I think Bruiser Gwen is very underpowered now. I think more often than not, you're going to be forced into full AP. So what I mean by full AP is like just no more Riftmaker, like ever. Now, there might be some team comps where it's like, yeah, I can use Riftmaker, and you should. But I really find it sad that Riot's fix to the full AP problem was hurting Bruiser more than full AP. And it kind of incentivizes us as Gwen players to just permastack full AP, because why go Bruiser when it's nerfed harder? Here we're gonna miss needles. I would love to blame the mouse hiccup that I've been having, but no. That's just standard Killagy. Unable to land his needles. They are a cosmetic ability when I am at the sticks. Here we see Master Yi on the bot side with Morgana, so I am just fully content to start bullying this Jax under tower with the QE trick. I want the plate, but I also know that we don't really have the right to look for the solo kill unless he does that 2 more times. It's just a little bit out of our lethal range. Jax is going to start prepping a recall. I do believe he cancels this one, though, because it's a cannon wave. Yeah, he just does not want to concede anything. He, unfortunately, finding a triple kill on the other side of the map while we're busy winning up here. Jax is going to go for a little trade on us. I'm going to poke him down just a bit more. And my health just gets a little bit too low, so I say it's time to book it. End up selling the Doran's ring, or sorry, Doran's shield, because we're done with it, and then I'm gonna pick up a Cull. This is something Zaire does. He is a challenger Gwen player. You'll typically see him play stuff like Jax in Vayne too, but he plays a lot of Gwen. But he is a very big Cull enjoyer, and I've tried running Cull on Gwen a lot, and I think Nashor's purchase is the perfect time to then get the Cull. Because, yes, you are getting your gold back, but you're delaying the Nashor's just by a little bit too much to make it worth prior to Nashor's Tooth purchase. So, if you want to go Cull, I highly recommend it, because it's just free money. But you must get your first item first. You must get that Nashor's Tooth, and then you're allowed to go Cull. Here, Jax Master Yi trying to get a kill on me once again. Alpha Strike, thankfully, isn't going to kill. We end up surviving there because we threw the Q on him and then dashed away. We were able to out-heal his last auto attack, just barely. Here I look to overstay. I'm thinking I can bait the Jax into potentially go on a tower dive. Yi is gonna get stunned. I really want my Evelyn to just forget about the Yi and just pivot over here, because I want this wave. I really want this wave, and as you guys will see, I get punished for it. It's very unfortunate that I did not hit him at all. He literally jumped over my Q. That's completely greed on my part. I played that as poorly as I could. We're going to respawn here, get an Amp Tome and a Control Ward. Jax has Triforce. Currently, we have Nashor's, we have our tier 2 boots, we have Cull, and an Amp Tome. We just have a solid amount of money over this Jax. We have like about 1,500. I believe when he comes back here, he'll have the tier 1 boots and a null magic mantle, if I remember correctly.
Warm, safe, like nothing
Let's
can
see
hurt
here.
me.
Takes them a while to get back here, actually. Alright, big mistake on my part, not checking items. Because I'm looking to trade for this guy. Alright, top left you can see null magic mantle, tier 1 boots. That's one thing. Always check opponent items before trading. I did check it in top left. Typically you just press tab whenever you see the opponent after a recall. Tower's so low, we can just ignore him. We have 6 grubs as well, so it just gets melted even if it was about half HP. Just insta-clear that wave. And now we're just trying to look for a way to close out this game. Our Ashe, Zoe, and Leo are at the mid lane. Jax feels kind of pressured up here because his mid lane is exploding. We're just gonna stay up here and just look at that damage. Just beautiful. Like, we aren't getting the kill here by Evelyn. We aren't getting the kill here, but for those that have played Jax versus Gwen, know that you know how annoying it can become and how much damage Jax can actually output into us. Just the steel caps alone and our solid lead that we've accumulated off of these small little minion wave mistakes or us finding the solo kill and then giving it to the Eve, they just put us so far ahead compared to this Jax that he just cannot compete into us. Beautiful stun by the Leona. Fiddle going for the all or nothing play. Notice there, I S-key immediately after I dash. There's so many times people in solo queue panic and they just start running around, some will even flash. If you have a dash ability, use it and then just S-key. Just stand still, let your teammate line up the laser for you so they can stop the Caitlyn ult. I would say this is a misplay on my part. Thankfully, my Evelyn steals it. But I feel as though I should have TP'd bot lane and gone for that fight with my team. Even though I don't have ult, my team is solidly ahead. Like, my Evelyn is 5-2, my Zoe's doing really well compared to this Fiddle, and my Ashe is about even with Caitlyn.
Oh, what to do?
Here we have Ashe about to hover me. She doesn't have ult though, so there's not a whole lot we can really do to this guy. He has to really overextend and just donate us a kill.
I'll break as many needles as it takes to get this.
Ashe is going to start getting a little bit of harass on him. We're going to QE on him. And the second Jax counter-strikes, that's the go button to try to look for a kill. Morgana's going to just randomly show up with her ulti. And we're just a little too fed for it to matter. Leona's just going very far in. I end up trying to go for the tower there. He doesn't really know what's going on, I feel. There, I wait for the Alpha Strike to completely finish before doing my dash. It was a very close lethal range on me, but in those situations, you cannot panic dash. If you panic dash, that's how you guarantee gray screen. If you just stay calm in those very close situations, you can get good escapes like those. But when you panic, you are just completely making it impossible to have situations like that occur. But at this point, there's nothing the enemy team can do. Morgana's 006. It's very unfortunate for her. I don't know how bot lane progressed, but she played safe 28 to the point where she has 0 deaths in a pretty high kill game. Like 28 kills at 21 minutes. It's not the biggest amount I've ever seen, but it is a solid amount. We are gonna unfortunately find E here. Master Yi is one of those champions in League that can actually consistently duel Gwen at any stage of the game. Just because Alpha Strike and Meditate make it really hard to find those kills on him. Because Alpha Strike, it can dodge your Q, it can dodge your needles, and he can choose where around you he pops up. So you can't really predict it. You just have to react and get the needles or the Q a moment after you see him. But the unfortunate thing is that he presses Meditate, he gets a solid damage reduction. And if you throw full set needles on his Meditate, you are more often than not going to lose that 1v1 later when he has his Bork, when he has his Rage Blade, when he has his Wit's End.
Here's a silly trick.
Alright, here we're going to reset, get the Storm Surge, or sorry, not Storm Surge, the Shadow Flame Spike, and at this point, like I said a few minutes ago, it's GG. This was what we were waiting for, now we're able to end the game very easily. There's just no one on the enemy team, except Yi, that can deal with us. If we were to go blow for blow right now, Master Yi would actually beat us. That's how bad it is. He is fed, but the fact that we played the lane so well, and he can still easily beat us is... Never mind. Yi could just completely ignores me. I forgot that even happened. If Yi beelines it for me, I feel like he can absolutely stop that situation from occurring. But, you know, if Yi just doesn't notice you, I think the 1v1's winnable. He just has to have his monitor off like I did on stream. Because that actually happened when I was fixing all the settings for the new computer parts. I just couldn't see my computer screen, and I played a League game without any vision. And the way I solved that was using my OBS view to see where I was clicking on the screen. There, I finally fixed my mouse after 23 and a half minutes. He finally just gives up. Evelyn took my one kill top lane and thankfully just ran the game with it. We did lose some early drakes, but she made up for it in other spots. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, sub, comment something about the bell. I'll leave you guys to the end game stats, and it's great to be able to post these again. Again, thank you guys so much for 6,000 subs, and I'll talk to you later.